Donald Trump has a core base at the heart of MAGA. They stick with him through thick and thin. There's pretty much nothing that he can do that will put them off. He knows that. He's always known that about them. And now, while other voters and supporters may come and go, his popularity may rise and fall. Currently, it's at the lowest it's been. 37% is heading to the mid-30s, extremely low approval rates. However, there's a core there, about a third of the country, or maybe a bit less, who are fundamentally core MAGA base. And like I say, there are no circumstances under which they would relinquish their devotion to Donald Trump. So why is that? What's the reason for such fervent adherence to this man? In this video, I'm going to explain why I think that is. With most politicians, the deal, the ask, the sort of agreement between the voter and the politician is pretty consistent. It's usually the same sort of thing. I am going to fight for you, try to improve your lives, try to better your circumstance, try to improve the country, and in return, I'd like you to give me your vote. That's the sort of contract that most politicians have with voters. And it involves a part of them actually articulating their desire and their plan to improve the voters' lives. That is nothing to do with the contract that Donald Trump has with his base. It's nothing to do about improving their lives. It's nothing to do about improving the country or bettering their circumstances. It's about something very different, and that is exemplified in a video that he recently retweeted. A video about the No Kings March and about his feelings towards it. Here it is. Now, this video is not something that any president would ever have released. No president, in fact, no senior sort of top-flight national politician would ever come within a million miles of a video like this. But Donald Trump just released it because it is how he feels. He obviously feels utterly disgusted with the people who are protesting against him. And so do his base. And that's where his appeal lies. That's where we can learn about what it really is. Because Donald Trump isn't in the business of actually helping the people who are his core base. He is in the business of channeling their emotions. He says to them, I am here, I am going to emote for you. I am going to emote on behalf of you. Your emotions are my emotions. What you feel is what I am feeling. And I am going to magnify your feelings so that it's a way of getting them out there. Now, this video showing how he's defecating over thousands of people who he doesn't like, that's exactly the feeling that his base has. They feel that way about the protesters too. They can't stand them. All these liberals and their progressive views, they hate them. And this video exemplifies exactly what they would like to do. And Trump is saying, yeah, me too. I would like to do that. I feel what you feel. I feel exactly the same. That's where his appeal ends. He doesn't go anywhere beyond that. He doesn't go into any strategies, any policies to improve their lives. He doesn't need to, because his resonance with them is so deep that they feel heard, they feel connected to, and they feel that our emotions, our darkest, deepest emotions, the ones that we can't speak out in public, the ones that we can't really tell people about, are the ones that you represent, are the ones that you actually demonstrate for us. You throw them out like fireworks into the air, while we had to keep them in the dark all this time. You see, most politicians try to appeal to people's better angels. Like, you know what, this is how we can help the country. This is how we can help society. This is the kind of arrangement we can come to where everybody gains. That's the sort of dialogue that most politicians have with people. Appeal to your better angels. How can we help our fellow human being? Because if a politician is going to help masses of people, there has to be some give and take. There has to be some sacrifice. There has to be some common cause that everybody joins into in order to support each other. Donald Trump isn't about appealing to anybody's better angels. He's about saying you have these deep, dark recesses of your mind. You have the prejudice. You have the judgmentalness. You have the desire to degrade and look down on other people. Well, I can voice that for you. I can be your channel for all of those dark emotions that you can't even say to your family. And that's why he's turned people into something that they feared being beforehand, but they don't fear anymore, because he's allowing them to be who they believe they really are deep down inside. He's given them permission to be the darker side of themselves, to not be their better angels, but to be the demons within them, and to revel in being that energy. This is why an attack on him is seen as an attack on all of them. See, because they feel that so connected to him, it's almost like he's a part of their body. It's almost like Donald Trump is their lips, So there's this sort of connection with him. And so if somebody attacks him, they feel attacked themselves, because this guy is my literal mouthpiece. This guy is my literal emotions. All the dark emotions I have in me are all Donald Trump's, because he's able to voice them, unlike anybody else. And so an attack on him is an attack on them. The connection with Donald Trump is not an intellectual one like it is with other politicians. It's not, I think this person has the best plan. I think this person has the most experience. I think this person knows what they're doing. That's nothing to do with the appeal that people have for Donald Trump. His core base, other people may have voted for him on that basis, some floating voters, swing voters in swing states, sure. But his core voters don't really care about what he can do for them. They just care about the fact that he speaks for them. He emotes for them. He reflects their own emotion that they have within. And that's why once they've gone all the way for their sort of dark innards, all the sort of, gory guts of them, which you normally keep hidden inside, comes out, then they can't turn back, because they've given away the deepest secrets of who they are by falling in behind Trump. Trump has shown them, the darkest parts of them. And instead of them recoiling from that, they've reveled in it. And now there's no going back anymore. You see, we all have emotions and sort of thoughts and ideas that we don't really like. There can be parts of us, ideas we have that we don't really agree with. We all have a multitude of viewpoints and perspective and judgments within us. And it's actually okay to have that, right? But what is important is that we are able to discern what is the important and the better things that we should actually engage with. So some of these emotions, some of these thoughts are worth just listening to and be aware of, but some of them actually are worth acting on. And we're all able to make this discernment between the thoughts and feelings we have that we should act on and those that we shouldn't. But with the MAGA base, there's less of that discernment, and so Donald Trump has given them the permission to bring out the worst aspects of themselves. And that's basically what they've done, and they feel relieved by it. It's so, it makes you feel so light that you don't have to filter anymore in the way that you did. You don't have to behave the way that polite society expects you to anymore. And so once you've broken through that, you can't come back. And that's why his base are with him, and they will stay to him right to the bitter end, in a way that we've never really seen with any other politician before. And so the consequences of this adherence that his base has to him means that they are able not just to follow him to the bitter end, but to do things for him that no other voter would do for any other politician. January the 6th was just one example of that. And unfortunately, I fear we'll see many more in the future. But that level of adherence also leads to that level of action. I hope you like my video. As a psychiatrist who loves politics and economics and philosophy, I love to make videos like this, and you can really help promote this video to other people and get it on your feed more by liking and commenting and subscribing to the video as well. We have a wonderful community of people here who comment and support each other through this very traumatic period of world history that we're going through right now. I also hope you consider becoming a subscriber to the channel and also subscribing to my e-newsletter. There's a link in the description, and that way we can stay in touch outside the channel, so you can keep abreast of all of the content that I'm making on an ongoing basis. The latest of which actually is my latest book called We the People. Very, very proud of this book. It's actually a novel, a fiction book written by myself and the famous award-winning author T.J. McGregor. Together we wrote a book about what the future might look like. Bit of a dystopian novel, but what might happen if autocracy goes to its next stage, AI predicting the potential end of humanity. I actually made a video about that, it really happened. And how things might pan out in this dystopian world, and actually how a band of committed, passionate, progressive people manage to change the trajectory, and not in the way that you think. It's not just by running a candidate and opposing the autocrat, but actually by deepening the democracy that we have and engaging in a real participatory form of democracy that sort of shifts the needle and gets us back to basics and helps us sort of rebuild our democracy. And that's within the context of a really compelling, gripping story, a bunch of fascinating characters, and I assure you, you will not be able to sort of stop turning the page until you get to the end of the book. That's what all the reviewers have said so far. Lots of people love it, and I hope you can get it. You can get it on Amazon, any of the global Amazon bookstores out there. Please do order your copy of We the People. Just put We the People Russell Razak and you'll be able to find it inside Amazon as well. Also, I hope you consider becoming a member of the channel. You can subscribe to a couple of different membership levels. All members of the channel also get some free ebooks that I produce once a month. You can buy those ebooks too from russellsbooks.com. That's russellsbooks.com, and every month I produce a new ebook on that channel, which is really about, these are the non-fiction books I produce with my team, which is really about how to learn about the world around us and the psychologies of the people who govern us, but also how to learn about ourselves, deepen our own self-awareness in a way that helps us navigate this difficult world we're in right now. So those are sort of self-help books that are produced every month, and if you're a member of the channel, you get a sort of 100% discount on those books every month. Otherwise, you can go to russellsbooks.com, as I say, and buy them anytime you like. I really hope you can become a part of this community, as I say. So this sort of supportive community, validating and helping each other, is really worth being a part of, and I hope you can join us as we all join forces to create a better tomorrow together. Thank you.